In the bottom right, playing as Sedge, we have Zeronix. Up against Saikoya playing Greenfinger. So Saikoya is playing Greenfinger this time around. And Zero is on. And I actually think Zero has a really strong Sedge. I definitely have a lot of experience playing against Zero when they're playing Sedge, and they have a very, very good Sedge.
I can confirm this.
But I also think Greenfinger's just a stronger choice on this map. Like, Sedge just takes a bit too long to get going. And, like, when you hit a medium charge is around the time when vines get a lot of value, so... But we're just kind of seeing, like, normal opening. Neither of them going for that early heal. How do you feel about that early heal, by the way, that people would go for sometimes?
One, there's like a couple.
The one where you heal off the village after you capture it with the commander, like right at the start.
I don't know. I have no comment. No comment at the moment.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're still in the tournament actually, so not gonna reveal too much.
At least this week, yes.
Okay.
By next week, that might be a different story.
All right, I'll ask you about that opening next week then.
Hey.
Anyway, what do we got here? Both people kind of just doing the same thing. All right, Sedge is actually gonna get a kill. Ooh, he's got 50% groove. That's pretty nice. And Saikoya quite a bit behind on groove, but they're also about to, you know, knock down the village. Almost kill the swords. Oh, that's a strange order to do that. Alright, they're just going to leave that sword alive. And then... Oh, they set up the night crit as well on the left. That's quite cool. Yeah, Greenfinger just going to build a bunch of groove. Put themselves in a very aggressive position. That gives them lots of opportunities to do things. Damn, Zero's going to have Sedge groove really soon.
Yeah, they've taken over the right side of the map. It is a little bit worrying that they have so much there and there's nothing there to stop it. I think Saikoya really needs to either pressure that side or find some way to convert more on the left.
Yeah, because they're just going Balloon Spear, which, you know, isn't always the best option. The mage is in range to defend the knight. The dragon can't really come forward just yet. Oh, but dragon can bully. It can definitely hit that village for free.
Yeah, just having the dragon is scary because you've got one mage for the next turn that has to guard your entire army.
Yeah, and, you know, we've got these mages in the back. Oh, what are we going to see here? Surrounds the dragon. Oh, damn. Wow, even a sword hit on the knight from the mountain? Okay. And, wow, this dragon... Is it dead? I mean, if by some miracle the dragon does live, then the knight is probably going to be the actual victim here. Alright, so the dragon's surround is broken, but there's actually a lot of counterattack damage that can happen here.
The problem is this is really deep in Zeronix territory. This isn't necessarily where you want to be fighting. The barracks is right there. The tower is right there. The stronghold's on the other side of the map.
That is true. But Saikoya is using this opportunity to now recapture on the right hand side. Oh, nice kill. Greenfinger's on the road, but it is outside of dragon range, so...
Bold.
Very bold. But yeah, I mean, he's fine. He's got these vines protecting a lot of his army. And the mage does cover. So, you know, for some reason the dragon came forward and got a bit too over aggressive, the mage would be there to do its thing. Oh. Oh, right, the balloon goes into position. Okay. That's fine then.
And there's a really good use of the balloon to cover the dragon to enable that kill. Because now the mage can't even go in. It can't even kill the balloon, because if it does, it gets destroyed. The dragon has free range.
Yeah, although it is a 400 gold unit for 450, so that can be worth it sometimes. Oh, I love that clear on the right hand side. Really nicely done there. And Saikoya, they are actually threatening Stronghold at this point. Like, those two knights, one more turn and they'll be in position.
That's true. Zero's going to have to deal with that.
And actually, not only the knights, there's going to be 2 spears and a balloon, like, getting dropped in front of that Stronghold next turn, potentially. But, alright. We have Sedge with Groove now.
And the vines are kind of down. Saikoya's pinned to their stronghold. On this map, that's not where you want to be. If you're at your stronghold, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious what... Alright, Greenfinger's actually going to play aggressive here. And, you know, this does open up opportunities for stuff like lethals, but the balloon can't be killed by a mage. So he's safe on 2 sides. And, yeah,
I think Greenfinger's alright. The bigger problem is that Sedge can kind of attack into this a little bit. Like, there wasn't really a lot of damage done. Swords could take a sword, or they could just back.
Yeah. But Sedge is out of reach of anything right now, so, you know, it's going to be another turn until they're actually, like, a big threat on the map. Sits on a road. Both these players being pretty, happy, I guess, to sit in tiles where you would normally get killed, especially with dragons around, but that seems to be okay for now. Right.
Yeah, the thing is, there aren't really enough power units with range on Saikoya's side, so Sedge can't be killed until that dragon activates.
Oh, I love the positioning of the knight by Saikoya on the right hand side. If a knight decides to crit, or not even crit, if it hits his knight on the right, it will receive a crit in return. So
And on road, too.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be rough. And yeah, there's a sword there to finish it off. Oh, that knight's dead. Very, very dead. I mean, there's a dragon there as well, but Saikoya can balloon forces over to that side. And economies are still really even, like, throughout all of this.
And Greenfinger has Groove again, but Sedge has the center of the map.
Okay, what do we got here? Greenfinger not going to pop Groove just yet. They're just going to move their army up first. And yeah, just keeping everything out of range of Sedge. And Sedge...
If you look at the lower left, that knight threatening that village forces Saikoya to dedicate a couple units to that side.
Oh, that is true. And actually, the spear is not quite in the position it would want to be to deflect that. Yeah, like the knight's just going to hit it from there, and the spear can do nothing. And this is completely even. Like, both players really struggling to, like, get an actual victory here. But Greenfinger can't really move the army into Sedge's range, because Sedge will just start tearing things up. But Greenfinger is also amazing at building walls and traps, so Sedge can't go too far forwards either.
I think the one difference is that Saikoya is getting pushed back and Zero is marching forward. Even though the economy is close, the momentum is on Zero's side. Saikoya needs to either kill it, or push, or attack, or do something, or Zero will be able to push them off of some villages.
Yeah, but Greenfinger's about to have Groove, and that's like a big momentum swing when he does Groove. Oh, the mage comes in and kills the spear. That's very
That was a
unfortunate.
really clever attack.
Yeah, that's a huge deal. Actually, oh, I didn't notice the ballista coming forwards. And we're gonna slowly see this ballista become relevant. I mean, it's already threatening this balloon position right now.
It's a really good build in this situation. You've got the Greenfinger vines that can hit. You've got lethals that can support. 4 air units it can attack and zone out. And if it comes into a chip battle, it can give Sedge Groove by weakening something.
Oh, wow. Nice damage coming in here. Finishes off that dog as well. And I think the knight's... No, the knight isn't quite trapped. He can get out, but... Saikoya, you know, pushing back, doing a bit of damage. Has to use groove in this situation, which isn't ideal. But...
Fortunately, it looks like Saikoya has burned a lot of timer. They've only got 13 minutes left to play the game, and Zero's sitting on 20.
Right. I mean, Zero is also playing the longer game in general, right? He's got the... Sedge is a late game commander, really. And this Ballista play... Actually, thinking about it, the Ballista also opens up Sedge Groove in, like, a bunch of really interesting places. Like, if you... It almost never does, like, 35% or more than that. So, if something just goes above 35, you can just chip at it with a Ballista. Oh, and Saikoya is just like, I have to go in now.
Unfortunately, that knight is within Sedge range. If Sedge is able to groove off it, it could start a chain.
Oh. Oh dear. Alright, what's Saikoya gonna do? Alright, they just have to go. Are we gonna see big damage going in on this archer? Yeah. There's more vines.
Now, Sedge has the burden of choice here. Which side do they groove, left or right?
I really wish that Hex had come in before the dogs made forwards to hit, because that would have been a lot more health on those dogs. Like, every percent counts when Sedge is up. Alright, we got Sadistic Rush coming in. Sedge is gonna start the engine. Yep. Spear hits swords. Another one comes in. What can follow up here? Oh, Witch. Oh, Witch Hex can definitely add some cool options. Alright. Another Sadistic Rush. I don't know if there's too much more follow-up here.
What's amazing is just how good like, they don't have a lot of time. We can see the timer. And almost every sword attack is a sword crit. Just like how quickly Zeronix figured that out and made this attack is crazy impressive.
Yeah, and oh damn, like yeah, another sword crit comes in, deals tons of damage, and yeah, that was a huge turn for Sedge.
Ballista hits the archer.
Oh.
And the 9 Knight finishes it. That's brutal.
Oh, and Sedge, yeah, just does a little bit of damage to that mage. I think you're slightly ahead of me again.
Let me pause a little bit. I just started Saikoya's turn 17.
Alright, I'll let you know when we get there. And yeah, we're just moving some units up, archer and double dog bite. Alright, now we're going into Saikoya's turn. Vine goes forward, Saikoya's just like, oh, this is not good. I think at this point Saikoya's like, has to play for some kind of lethal. It's like really the only opportunity they're gonna have to win.
Unfortunately, Saikoya doesn't have any units that can execute a lethal other than the dragon. There's no witch, there's one archer, but it's all the way on the other side. There's not enough damage to kill Sedge as long as he just stands on playing tiles.
Yep, this is true. And something I just noticed is quite funny. The hideout just hasn't been captured from Saikoya. Like, Thief was not considered in this game. Oh, are we gonna see some kind of fancy lethal here? I think we are. Because you've got double hex, you've got 3 archers. Oh wow. And a ballista. Is this actually gonna work?
Oof.
Oh. Mage crit! Oh wow. And Zero playing honestly just a really solid game. Just like, I see a lethal. I have 4 indirect damage units and 2 witches. Like, yeah, and I think that lethal really just happened because Saikoya felt pressured to play and be aggressive. But Zero was just able to be like incredibly patient, able to play very well against Greenfinger, who normally is like very good at grindy fights because, you know, you get those vines, you do a bunch of damage on one turn, you keep it up, and you're able to just like trade very effectively because your vines are the ones taking the damage. But Zero, oh, this is like why Zero is scary. Like you're playing at a point where your opponent has the advantage and you're still winning.
Zero is very good, and just the decision making with Sedge on that attack on the right, I can't get over that because like, while I was looking at that, if you're thinking about it and you look at how much time Zero took, could you figure out how to do that attack in that amount of time? And then execute it in a tournament, being confident you're not like walking into a lethal or killing your unit? Like, it was just boom, move here, kill that. Sedge groove sets up a sword crit. New Sedge groove, move Sedge, sets up another sword crit. Sedge stands here. It was really spot on.
At my peak, I could have done that, but I have not played Sedge enough recently. But I think the thing about like learning Sedge chains and getting good at doing them quickly is once you start learning it and getting into that mindset, it's actually very quick. Like you can train yourself to like be able to do that very quickly. But
like, I believe you for sure. Like, definitely.
The thing
but
here,
still, that was impressive.
it was impressive. I would say that the thing that this shows though is Zero is definitely at the top of their game right now. Like being able to execute that very quickly shows that like you're on point. Like you're doing your thing well. So Zero looking very strong in this tournament.
Be a weird thing for me to say, but I don't think this is the top of Zero's game. I think that maybe like 2 tournaments ago, when Zero and Saikoya fought, they both looked scary, like really scary, because I think they both had more time to work on those maps. Prep is a thing.
That's true. I guess like it depends on how much ranked, because Zero hasn't been playing ranked that much at least anyway. So Saikoya is like the one that's kind of more visibly active. And people in chat saying Zero is also playing a lot of Advanced Wars by Web right now, so having to split their time. But all right, let's go into the next set. I think we've said everything we need to. I'm looking forward to whoever Zero is playing next in winners, but I'm looking forward to seeing Saikoya in the lower bracket, kind of tearing things up. So
I am not looking forward to that. If I win my next set, I'm definitely not looking forward to that.
Are you against the loser of these two?
So if I beat Shu, which
Oh wow, you have the losers run of losers run, huh?
Yeah. I had Senfu, now I have Shu, and if I beat Shu, I'm gonna fight the winner of Saikoya and whoever they end up fighting. That set we haven't done that set yet, so I don't know.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's go into the next game.